Dozens of teens ransacking a shop in Philadelphia, and it's all caught on camera. That video is now going viral. So what will police do with it? I'm Angenette Levy, and welcome to Law & Crime's Sidebar podcast. This incident in Philadelphia happened on Saturday night around 8:30 p.m. A bunch of teenagers went into the shop and really just went crazy, taking things, trashing things, even twerking on countertops. Take a look.
I'm walking out of here, bro.
Are y'all making a deal because y'all gonna keep recording?
It's gonna be a little while.
Okay, but like. Bro, Brooke is out here! Bro, come here! He's right there!
And joining me to discuss this now viral video is Rick Blyberg. He was an Ohio State Trooper for 29 years, a veteran of law enforcement. Rick, welcome to Sidebar. Thanks for coming on.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Rick, what are your thoughts after seeing this video? You know, you kids know these days that everything is on camera. Everything is on video. There are cameras everywhere.
Well, and I think the times have changed so much over the years that with social media and everybody does have a camera that sometimes I think it's one of the reasons why they do what they do, so they can get themselves on camera and they can, and especially when they get in a pack, a group like that and just go crazy. It's just, just no respect for others' property, and it's not getting any better. And I think the social media and the access to video and posting everything that they do doesn't help the situation.
This episode of Law & Crime Sidebar podcast is brought to you by BetterHelp. You know, we've all had times in life where we were going through something tough, and it really helped to talk it through with someone. I know it's happened to me when I've lost loved ones. You have to take care of yourself, both physically and emotionally, and you can get that help online. BetterHelp Online Therapy will look at what you need and match you with a therapist in less than 24 hours. Even if you don't think you need therapy, you never know what it could do for you. Log into your account at any time and send a message to your therapist securely. Sessions can be scheduled weekly via video or phone, so you don't have to be on camera if you don't feel like it. Trying a therapist doesn't always work out the first time, of course, so you can switch therapists at any time. And there is a special offer for Sidebar listeners and viewers. You can get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/sidebar. That's 10% off your first month of online therapy at betterhelp.com/sidebar. What I think is interesting about this is the fact that, it seems to be happening more. This happened in Philadelphia, as I mentioned. It's a store called Wawa. It's a brand of store, chain, if you will. And, these kids do know that they're going to be on video. You were a police officer, a state trooper for 29 years. Do you recall ever seeing this type of thing where kids are running into stores and just ransacking them, just for the fun of it on a Saturday night?
No, I can't recall during my career. I think kids always did things and got themselves in trouble and did their school pranks and senior pranks and things like that we all did as kids. But anymore, it is getting just getting out of hand, and you see these things occurring in big cities across the country, and I think it snowballs. I mean, the sad thing is maybe after this video is posted everywhere that there may be copycats wanting to do the same thing. It's nuts.
But you're on video, so police, if they really want to, could put this video out to the media. It was on TikTok on a handle called Libs of TikTok. I mean, you could easily identify these kids if you wanted to. I'm
Oh,
assuming.
yes, absolutely, and they will. But will they be prosecuted? I don't know that the penalties are stiff enough for these types of crimes. They need the. I think they need to be prosecuted, and they need to be held accountable for their actions. And I sometimes I think they don't really care about the results of being on video, obviously, because they know that they are, and it's still posted, and they still do these type of things. So um, I think they do need to be prosecuted.
And this did follow an incident in Philadelphia at another set of stores, or really another restaurant, I should say. Apparently, there was a similar incident in the Germantown section of Philadelphia. Before this happened, it was in early August, and it was a bunch of teenagers going into a Jamaican restaurant and apparently attempting to harm the employees there. According to what the New York Post is reporting, the group flipped tables, threw chairs and other objects at workers, and shattered security glass inside the establishment. So I'm thinking to myself, what on earth is going on here? I mean, are these kids just not being taught that this is not what you do? This is not how you handle things. I mean, do you know? Is there some type of phenomenon spreading where kids think this is cool, so they do put it on social media, and then they're trying to top each other? I mean, God only knows what's going on.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I wish I had the answer to that. I know that you know, they apparently these kids are all under the age of 18 or 18 and under, and I know I have four boys, and when they were that age, we pretty much knew where they were at, what they were doing most of the time. Um, I don't know, their situation and their with their parents or guardians, and having um, I think it mostly starts at home, and I don't know that they're having much supervision if they're allowed to go out and continue to do that. I mean, I just I don't know. I mean, I just to me it's just unfathomable because I just know the way my kids were brought up, and um, hopefully it would not do something like that. But it does seem to be getting worse. You see it more, occur in your bigger cities and um, in large groups like that.
So you were in law enforcement for a really long time. What year did you retire?
I retired in 2009, but I
Okay.
continue to work in law enforcement and have for the past 41 years.
So it's been a while since you were like out on the street, I guess, per se. But, as much as things can change, a lot of times they stay the same as well. So, what do you think is going on in this country with the state of law enforcement? We've seen a lot going on over the last couple of years. We've heard things about cops, standing down, not going to pursue certain things for fear of backlash and things like that. So, how do you see how things have changed maybe since you were in the game?
Oh, there's no question that it's changed in the whole, um, with law enforcement and how they respond, whether it's by policy or, um, by an agreement with the local union as to how they'll respond to certain situations because of the repercussions that could occur. And it's a shame that you can't police how you should be policing because of those things. Um, I'm thankful for the years that I was out on the road that we didn't have to worry about that. We could just go do our job and and do it the right way. I just I don't know. I mean, they're in a tough situation, and all agencies across the country are hurting personnel wise, manpower, and I just feel for all of them.
And, this is in Philadelphia. It's obviously a different environment. Each city is different. But, I don't know if the Philadelphia police force is going to like really look into this more seriously. I don't know if they've got way too much on their hands already. In a lot of cities, crime is up. I guess that's not true of all cities. So where would you think this ranks on the priority list when you're talking about serious crime? Not that this isn't serious, but we're talking like homicides, burglaries, things of that nature, and then this.
Yeah, I think with the crime being where it is, the manpower shortages that most of your bigger cities face today, that may not be a high priority, but I'm sure that they're looking into it and doing what they can. But it is a lot of times those things are put on the back burner because of the amount of investigations that they have that require much more attention, such as the homicides and severe crimes that are going on in all the cities.
And there was tens of thousands of people have watched this online, which is amazing to me. I don't understand why people like these videos so much. Also, thousands and thousands of dollars were caused to this Wawa store. It's a convenience store. And, these are oftentimes owned by people who live in these communities or what have you. I mean, these are small business owners. So thousands and thousands of dollars can be a big hit to them. They want people to call, apparently, with tips about who these people are. The police have not yet made any arrests, but they're apparently going through the video. And the number to call the Philadelphia Police Department's Northeast Detective Division is 215-686-3153. That's 215-686-3153. I can't imagine, Rick, I guess if they go through the video, they could definitely get some screen grabs of some of the people who are more recognizable in the videos and then just kind of get them out there on social media and easily identify some of these people.
Yes, I'm sure they'll identify a lot of them, if not most of them, with the technology that's out there today. And I'm sure they have somebody on this, and it does take some time to get those images out and get them identified, whether it's through their own social media pages or whatever avenues that they use. But I'm sure they're on this, especially with the amount of attention it's getting.
Yeah, definitely. We will just have to wait and see. Rick Blyberg, thanks so much for coming on. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on.
And that's it for this edition of Law and Crime Sidebar podcast. It is produced by Sam Goldberg and Michael Deininger. Bobby Szoke is our YouTube manager. Alyssa Fisher handles our bookings, and Kiara Bronson does our social media. You can listen to Sidebar on Apple, Spotify, Google, and wherever else you get your podcasts. And of course, you can always watch it on Law and Crime's YouTube channel. I'm Angenette Levy, and we will see you next time.